The K-pop world is once again shocked by the shocking news from BTS's Jungkook. After a long silence about his personal life, Jungkook has finally revealed his deepest heart, something that has left many fans speechless. In a warm interview and live session, the Golden Maknae admitted that there is someone he can never forget, even though time goes on and his busy life as an idol is getting denser. Jungkook and the long-kept silence. It's no secret that Jungkook is known as a very secretive figure when it comes to romance. He often talks about music, hard work, and the fans who are his source of inspiration. However, behind his gentle laugh and innocent smile, many know that Jungkook is the kind of person who keeps everything in silence. In one of his live broadcasts, Jungkook had said in a low tone, "There are people who always come to my mind, even when I'm busy. I don't know why, but the shadow is always there." That sentence made millions of ARMY instantly glued to the screen. Who is Jungkook referring to? Someone from the past? Or someone close to him now? Traces of the past that never go away. Jungkook made his debut at a young age, in the midst of a harsh industrial world, and demanded maturity sooner than he should. Since trainee, he's learned about loss, sacrifice, and distance. Some longtime fans recalled how Jungkook once spoke of someone who made him dare to pursue a dream. The interview appeared in the early days of BTS struggling. When asked who was the most influential person in his life, Jungkook was silent for a long time before answering. "There was someone who used to make me want to be the best version of myself. I don't know if he knows that." Those words have now gone viral again, especially after Jungkook recently said something almost similar as if he was referring to the same figure. A heartwarming confession. In the latest live session on BTS's fan community platform, Jungkook appeared relaxed, wearing a black hoodie and guitar in hand. He sang a few songs, joked with fans, and then suddenly stopped for a moment. He looked at the camera, remained silent for a few seconds, then smiled faintly. "I think there are people I can't ignore. No matter how busy I was or how far I went, I always felt connected to her." The sentence was pronounced in a gentle tone, yet full of deep emotion. The comment column immediately exploded. Thousands of ARMY wrote the words, "Who?" and "Tell us Jungkook," while sending crying emoticons and purple hearts. But Jungkook just smiled and continued. "Sometimes, some people leave traces that can't be erased, and that's not a bad thing. It keeps me human." Purple Heart fans cried. "He's too honest." It didn't take long. Footage from the live spread all over social media. The hashtags Jungkook Confession, Golden Heart JK, and He Still Remembers immediately became trending on X, Twitter, and TikTok in a matter of hours. ARMY around the world made paper. Many wrote soulful comments. "He must have really loved that person." The sentence is simple, but it sounds very honest. He's not just an idol, he's a human being with a soft heart. Even some non-fans were touched, calling Jungkook a very sincere and emotional person. Who is Jungkook? This mystery is then a big discussion. Some fans speculated that Jungkook may be talking about an old friend, groupmate, or even a figure who has been his inspiration in the past. Some believe that the person he can't forget is not someone in the romantic sense, but someone who changed his life. Perhaps a teacher, a senior at Big Hit, or even the ARMY itself. He always said the ARMY was his love. "It could be that he is talking about all of us," wrote one fan. But not a few also think that the way Jungkook said it, with a sad look and a lowered voice, shows a deep sense of personal, like memories of love that once existed but could not be stored. Thought balloon Jungkook and his rarely seen romantic side. Jungkook may appear strong and confident on stage, but to many ARMY fans, he is a gentle figure who often hides his emotions behind a smile. In some of his solo songs such as Still With You and My You, Jungkook often writes melancholy lyrics about someone's presence, a sense of loss, and memories that continue to live despite the passage of time. Fans considered her recent confession to be a real piece of the story behind the songs. "If you listen to Still With You after knowing the confession, it feels much deeper," wrote one comment on TikTok. Love, memories, and gratitude. What makes Jungkook's confession so memorable is not only that he talks about love, but also about the way he calmly accepts the memories. He does not call names, does not regret, and does not try to forget. He just smiled as if to say that some memories are created to be remembered, not erased. I don't want to forget it. I want to remember everything that made me who I am today, Jungkook said before closing the broadcast with the song Letter. Jungkook and the wounds that never really go away. As his brilliant career progresses, many forget that Jungkook is also an ordinary human being. He experiences the same loss, separation, and longing as everyone else. Some of the old army might still remember how Jungkook once wrote a message in the past that read, "Some memories you can't erase, even when you want to." But maybe that's not a bad thing. Now, after all these years, it was as if he was repeating those feelings in real form. It's not about who went wrong or who left. It's about someone so precious that it's hard to really forget. Purple Heart Army. He doesn't need to name names, we know his heart. For fans, this moment became one of the most emotional live of Jungkook throughout his career. Many felt proud that Jungkook was old enough to express his feelings openly. He doesn't need to mention anyone. The important thing is that we know he is honest and happy, wrote one Korean soldier. True love isn't about who you are, it's about how you remember them. The other side of a Jungkook. For many, Jungkook is a symbol of perfection. Outstanding vocals, captivating visuals, talent in various fields, and an unrivaled career. That night, however, he was not a superstar. He is just a young man who is honest about his heart, about the love that still remains, and the memories that are reluctant to leave. Some fans even attributed her recognition to her solo songs such as Still With You, My You, and Letter. All three have lyrics that are full of meaning about someone who is always remembered, someone who still lives in the heart despite the distance separating. Even if I'm not by your side, you'll feel my warmth. Even if I'm not with you, you'll still feel my warmth. The lyrics now feel like a real message, not just a song, but a real expression of the heart. I can't forget it. In the final part of the live, Jungkook closed his eyes and whispered quietly, "I've tried to forget, but every time I write a song or sit alone, his face comes up again. I guess some things are created to be remembered." Fans who heard those words immediately wrote comments full of emotion. For some, the confession is not just a past love story, but proof that Jungkook also has a fragile side and deep feelings. He may have been successful, known to the world, but his heart was still soft and warm, still human, between love and memories. One thing that makes this moment so touching is the way Jungkook delivers it without excessive pathos. No tears, no notes of despair, just acceptance. It was as if he had made peace with those memories. "I don't want to forget him, because that person is part of who I am now," she said with a small smile. The phrase made many fans of reflection that true love does not have to have. It is enough to remember with gratitude. Crescent moon closing. Jungkook, love, and a heart that is always sincere. Jungkook's love may remain a mystery who he can't forget remains unanswered. But from the way he spoke, the look in his eyes, and the sincerity in his every word, one thing was clear. Jungkook was someone who loved with all his heart and cherished every memory he had. He is not only an idol who captivates through his voice and charm, but also through emotional honesty that is rarely possessed by a superstar of his size. And perhaps precisely because of this, the world fell in love with him. Because behind the spotlights and the grand stage, Jungkook is just a man who once loved and still keep that feeling with a smile. Sparkle's Jungkook's love is revealed, but the mystery lives on. And maybe that's what makes the story so beautiful. Purple Heart.